Salutations. This is the Tyger Songbird here, and I'm here with a brand new episode series called Top 10 Signs That I Knew I'm Asexual. This series is going to talk about my personal journey to figuring out how I am truly asexual. I reason I did this for 10 is because I'm coming on my basically 10-year anniversary since coming out as asexual. I came out at 26. I'm approaching 36 years old soon. So I'm going to talk about my 10 years, kind of discovering how I am truly asexual, like how my journey to discovering I'm asexual, the top 10 reasons that I found out truly that I'm asexual, and how I came to find out through like and confirm with confirmation that I'm truly ace. So I'm going to talk about all of those things, and then I'm going to talk about um, just kind of sharing my thoughts and everything with those 10 top 10 reasons. Some of these you might agree with. Some of these you might find yourself like, I didn't feel any of these. Some of these might be like, oh, I understand what you mean. Some of these may be like, yeah, I didn't really go through it maybe like that, but who knows? We all have different experiences. We all have different journeys. If you're a new person to asexuality, if you're a person who's interested in learning more about asexual, maybe you have a friend who's asexual, maybe you're questioning yourself if you're asexual. This is a good episode series for you, and I think it would be good for anyone to just learn more about like what's asexuality about and kind of discover what asexuality means to them. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into this series. This is going to be episode one of the 10-part series. I have some articles I'm going to also share in my comments that I wrote years ago talking about exactly this. And I'm going to kind of share from those articles as well. So this is episode one of Top 10 Signs I Knew I'm Asexual. And I'm Tiger Songbird. Let's get into it. So, episode one, I'm going to talk about here is um, I titled this episode actually titled Sex Feels More Like a Nightmare Than a Dream. And I wanted to kind of share about that because I wanted to get into my thoughts on some things with regarding asexual community in general. So I kind of wanted to share my personal thoughts on my what kind of asexual person am I? What is my, predilection and everything with that. So I wanted to share more about that. So one of the biggest signs that I figured out I'm asexual was that the idea of sex always felt very, very like icky, just awful, like just very aversive to me. I come to realize that I'm completely sex repulsed. Um, the idea of even having sex makes me shudder, fills me with absolute dread and nightmares. Um, the way I can describe it in a way is like the feeling of eating tuna fish. Um, I absolutely cannot stand the smell, and I would rather do anything other than that. So, tuna casseroles, tuna fish, any of those things, it's like, gross. I would rather do anything but that and eat that. Like, it makes me, ugh, just gross. Um, And that's how I feel regarding sex in general. Like the idea of doing it makes me absolutely just icked out. Just makes me feel. It makes me. It feels gross. Like it just makes me shudder. Um, and I know that for many aces, you always hear like, well, aces can still have sex because, some aces do have sex. Some asexual people do. Many asexual people even have children and other things. Um, but for me, that's just not going to be the ever going to be a thing. Like that's just I know it feels like I'm closing off the thought of even possibly doing that, but it's just like, I just know I don't wanna ever do that, and I just know that that's just me. I could never engage in sex ever. Like, it just makes me feel like it makes my skin crawl. Um, so that's just my personal, take on things, like, I just know it. And then obviously that makes you very, countercultural to society in general. Because growing up in high school, everyone wanted to have sex. Everyone was trying to have sex. Many people were having sex that I knew. College, everybody was trying to have sex. Everybody was having sex in college. And then you get into adulthood, now everyone's getting married, everyone's having kids, everyone's having sex. And now, I'm sitting here at 35, going on 36, and I never even come close to having sex, so I'm still, a virgin, at this age. And I'm happy about it. And I find myself kind of standing in the, contra to what, societal scripts tell you to do, which is that everyone's supposed to grow up, get married, have sex, have babies, whichever order comes first, because that's what adulthood's supposed to be all about. And I'm just living like my, independent, countercultural lifestyle of that's just not who I am, and that's not who I ever want to be. Those are not goals that I want to have. Those are not desires that I really want to have that I don't have. And those are things I just am not interested in. So me personally, I find myself kind of being in the countercultural zone, being a sex repulsed asexual person because everyone says that's what you're supposed to do as a human is to have sex. And I find myself, defining my humanity in a different way. And I enjoy that. I do the things I enjoy. I do things I love. I personally love doing playing trivia. That's something I enjoy. I have fun doing it. I love playing basketball. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy singing. I love doing that. I love dancing. That's something I enjoy. Um, I love going on walks. I love, um, you know, sightseeing and going to museums and um, reading about history and reading, history documentaries or, watching history documentaries or reading history books. I love doing those things. Sex is just not one of those things I would ever find myself ever feeling like I could enjoy. Like the idea would make me feel absolutely grossed out beyond belief. And that's just something I could never find myself partaking in. I just know it. Um, so that's just one of the top 10 signs I knew that I'm asexual, was my sex repulsion. And, dissecting those feelings of being like, I'll get into this in episode two, like dissecting the feelings of, do I really want to have sex or am I just saying that because everyone wants me to and everyone says you have to? When you're able to dissect those feelings and find the truth about yourself, um, it really made me find that clarity um, and truly find like this is who I am. And honestly, it brought so much of a euphoria to my soul, to my being, um, when I was able to sort those feelings out. So, um, yeah, that's the top 10. Number one sign that I knew I'm asexual was discovering I'm sex repulsed and that I never wanted to have sex in the first place. So, if that's something you resonate with, that's a big sign. Possibly you may be asexual, and if so, maybe you might want to check into that a little bit more. So that's my first episode. And I just wanted to kind of share that with you. I'm going to be posting episode two very soon. And this is Tyger Songbird, and I'm signing off as of now. Have a great day.